What's up, guys? Adam Carr here. Welcome back to episode 4 of Horribly Hollywood Single, brought to you by Afterbuzz TV. Some of the worst dating stories told by some of the best guests in Hollywood. Speaking of guests, I have the pixie-like Alex Catalano up next.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to Afterbuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 4 of Horribly Hollywood Single. I am your host, Adam Carr. Welcome back. If this is your first time joining us, be sure to go back and check out episodes 1 through 3. You can find us on Apple Podcasts as well as on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We're all over. To my left here, I have a returning co-host. I absolutely love her. She was our guest in the first episode, Miss Nicole Birch, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, guys. Good to be here.
Good to have you back.
Yeah. Thanks. It took you a while to get here.
There was traffic. I know that's nothing new, but I do live by the airport, and we're in Burbank, so get off my back. Our very special guest, we have a very work-love, it's more just a hate-hate relationship here. It's like a husband and wife who...
We've been at it for 20 years. It's not going well.
I appreciate
not
it.
Working. Oh, do you?
I do. It shows me that you care.
I'm curious what your life is like, that you're like... Because you say like it's today, but it's also like every time I've been here.
I've always been on time. Every time.
You're 3 minutes
the last
before
couple
we start.
times. No, that's not true. You're making that up. Is that?
Well, it's you're cutting it close.
You know what? The problem is you talk to the therapist first, and then this is what they think is the truth. And someday I'm gonna get there on time, and I'm just like
my mind is wandering so. Like, it just spins thinking of what you were doing before you're like, oh, time to go.
No, literally, I gave myself 40 minutes, right? I left just before 1. Mm-hmm. I figured 1:40, 1:45.
Yeah.
I'm driving, all of a sudden, Waze just says, adds on another 15 minutes. So it says literally 1:59.
Oh.
There was nothing I could do. I breathed. I rolled with it.
Okay.
I was trying to be very zen.
Okay.
Speaking of zen, we have... Do you like that segue? We have a wonderful guest to introduce today. I'm so sorry. You probably felt like a child in the middle of a nasty divorce.
Oh, you know what? I just want both of you to be happy.
We will. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the founder of Eat Cute with us today, Alex Catalano. Welcome to Horribly Hollywood Single. First off, I've known you for 10 years.
We have known each other a long time. I know.
We went over this because I met Maria and Keven, who are the wonderful founders here at Afterbuzz TV, 10 years ago working on a indie film called Serial Buddies. And then when I came back home...
I was like, was I in that?
No, you weren't. You were in it. We were so messed up. We did so much acid.
Okay.
And when I came back home, had been another indie film that I'd worked on earlier called Little Blue Pill, which is about a guy who takes Viagra accidentally, has a boner for like 48 hours, and doesn't know what to do about it. Hilarity ensues in Portland.
Was I in that?
No, but your friend, George Ross, was in that. And you were in that. George Ross did a short.
Yeah, okay.
In which we played estranged lovers. I think you had died.
I was dead.
What?
And it was this black and white short that we shot. And I just remember you cradled my head in your arms. That was my first time meeting you.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You were very gentle.
Thank you.
And you were quite wonderful. But
did you hit on her?
No.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
It's the first Nicole I know.
It's because she's healthy.
So I said, do you have daddy issues? She said, no. And I said, not my type.
Not for me.
So I walked away. She said, I have a healthy, balanced, normal relationship. I don't scream. I don't go to bed angry. I'm like, I don't know what to do with this.
I don't know.
So anyway, I just want to say welcome to the show. It's been a long time. You've had quite a wonderful last 10 years. You've made Eat Cute. You want to just give a shout out, tell everybody like what you do. I think it's really wonderful because we tend to be very unhealthy, especially in dating in Los Angeles. And we tend to combine food with those bad choices.
Yeah, no. So I have a blog called Eat Cute. My whole life, because I'm 4'11" and I'm adult, people make fun of me and we're like, you're cute. And so I was like, screw it, I'm gonna make this a positive thing.
Yes.
Good for you.
Yeah, because you
4'11"?
understand, Nicole. Like sometimes when girls say cute, they don't mean it.
They don't mean it.
But
It's like, you're amazing. That's the new Eliza Schlesinger thing where she's like, you're amazing.
Oh, there you are.
Look at our screen.
Instagram. There's your Instagram.
That's me. That's my Instagram. So I like to give people lots of free resources like recipes and things because the health world is like very product driven, and I'm like, look at this cucumber, isn't it wonderful? I'm like, I'm big. Look at me, PR in this water mason jar brand. So I'm just here to be like, being healthy can be affordable.
Well
Love
done.
That. I love that.
No, because I know for me personally, I don't know, Nicole, what your dating experience has been like. I would use. I know a little bit. I just didn't want to speak. I'm just saying, going out on dates, like I would power drink and I would binge eat, usually to deal with like the stress
Both,
of meeting
yeah,
someone, or
1000%.
like, you know what I mean? I'd do like 2 or 3 martinis, and then I would just order. I'm talking like the calamari, the pasta, get some desserts. I could probably pack away 3,000 to 4,000 calories in a sitting. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was good at it.
In a sitting.
Oof. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
Everybody
if the date didn't end in casual sex, there was definitely a souffle
So
happening by myself. You know?
I think we all do it, yeah. Or you just take 2 slices and you go, well, maybe it's for them. It's really for you.
Right.
It's for you. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
So this is Horribly Hollywood Single. Obviously, there's a lot of great positive things that you do, and really appreciate that. You're making the world a better place. For this show and podcast, though, we encourage you to bring out just the sewage, the
sewage.
actual drudgery, anything that, you know, obviously you're in a nice committed relationship now. And that's absolutely wonderful. But if there's some stories you want to tell in a little bit, I'm just going to read us through some dating stuff here, but we're really excited to dig into that. And feel free to cry, talk about stuff, blame.
Love crying.
Blame. Okay.
Name drop.
Name drop.
Blame your parents.
Oh, great. Okay,
See,
where's
this
the
is,
camera?
this is also, I've known Alex for a little over a year.
Yeah.
And her boyfriend, Corey, directed my comedy special.
What?
The more you know.
He's also, I don't know, I want to say 6'10", 6% body fat, and gorgeous.
He's
Right.
a beautiful man.
So you found like a Stepford husband.
Ooh,
He's
that's
very-
a good, he
it's-
looks like a Stepford
He
husband.
looks like he was made by something that is not from this world.
He
He's
seems
very-
like a very nice, very sweet man.
Yeah.
But in another life, he could have been like a Patrick Bateman Wall Street douchebag.
Totally.
We don't know.
Ooh, that's a good.
He fits the bill.
That's what he would look like. Yeah,
Right.
I get it.
But I can tell you,
Very
I've seen
sweet.
him. I saw him at the comedy special directing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That guy, seemed just wonderful.
Yeah, so I want to hear what you had to go through to get to that guy first.
Well, actually, I was gonna say
Yeah.
for my the horrible story. Just listen to this. Okay, so Corey and I, our relationship was like it took us like 10 to 11 years to get together.
Wow.
Yes. So, do you want me to tell it now or should I wait?
No, tell it. We're
Okay.
on
We're
the
doing
edge of our
it.
seats.
Yes.
So Corey and I met also on a student film. And Corey, after the student film, let me just set the stage. I have no game. I went to a performing arts high school. So like my boyfriend in performing arts high school would make me like musical theater mixtapes.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
wow.
Like,
Please tell me he
yeah.
danced to them as well.
He did. He was a ballet dancer.
Shut up. I knew it.
What?
I was in show choir. I can
Okay,
feel
you understand.
it.
And like, I don't blame me because I blame Center Stage because they made me think that ballet dancers were straight, and that's their fault. That's on them. I had
love
nothing.
that movie.
I do
love
too.
That. The
I love it.
Jamiroquai song in there. Oh, I love it.
Freaking wonderful.
Great.
Every time you need a healthy dose of...
Yeah.
Oh, we're showing Corey Craig right now.
Oh, great.
That's
yeah.
her
Craig.
boyfriend.
Yeah. Oh, he's a beautiful man.
Look at
Yeah,
that
look
guy.
at this beautiful.
Look at that
hunky
smile.
man.
God bless him.
He's going to be a senator one day.
I
He
know,
is.
right?
You can tell.
But
he's
he's
a
like
delight.
he's like my little brother. Oh, that's me and him in the middle.
Yeah, wait, oh.
Go one up. Go one photo up. Straight up from that.
Yeah.
There it is.
There's Nicole.
Yeah.
Nicole Birch.
Did
Everywhere
you guys
in
take that the day of your shoot, or is that
The podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. That's great.
Yeah, he's a wonderful man. So
Amazing.
I have no game because
Okay.
I went to performing arts high school, so
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
Ballet guys.
Ballet guys. I'm
We
like,
got
Totally
it.
different.
Paint
you're
the
not
picture.
making me musical theater mixtapes. Like, what's your deal?
Sure.
So
Why don't
why
you
don't
care?
you love me?
Do a pirouette and
Yeah,
carry, you
yeah.
son of a bitch.
Right.
Got it.
So I have no game. So I graduate from college, still no game, and I meet Corey, and we met at a shoot. And Corey, after the shoot, sent me a Facebook message and said, "Hey, would you like to go walk around Warner Brothers and go on a date?"
Oh,
And
cute.
I said, "Let me check my schedule."
Oh, boy.
And then I waited 11 years.
Wow.
Oh, man. So did you
Wow.
not want to go out with him?
I
or-
did. I just,
You were
you
just
know,
kinda
I was
aloof?
reading. Okay, did you read this book, Why Men Love Bitches?
Yes,
Okay,
I did
so
read
I
it.
had read Why Men Love Bitches,
boy.
and I was like, I'm too nice, right?
Right.
Well, like, I think I
Yes,
am.
you're
might
very
disagree.
sweet, yes.
But, like, I let people, take advantage of me. And so I was like, I'm going to be a bitch. I'm going to be like, I'll check my schedule. And then I was hoping he was going to write me back and be like, what about that date or something? You know what I mean? I was gonna like make it
Yeah.
a little harder
Did you
because
check your
normally I'm
schedule?
like,
Yeah.
what time? Like I'm too excited. So I didn't hear back from him, and like 10 years goes by. And then Corey posted on his Facebook, because we were Facebook friends, but we didn't really know each other,
Right.
posted that he had done a TEDx talk. And I was like, oh my God, he looks really great. So I wrote him, hey, loved your TEDx talk. And he was like, thank you so much. Have a good day. That was it. Yeah.
Why don't you check the schedule on that response?
Yeah, it was great. I wish I had it with me because I deleted it, but because I was embarrassed. But it's amazing because you'll see like it'll be like the day I wrote it, like 2 p.m. 2001, and then you see like 11 years go by, and then you see my like, hey, I saw your tattoo. It's really bad. It's really bad.
That's so great.
Yeah.
You have to recreate that.
I should.
Oh my
He might
gosh.
have it on his phone, but
All the guys keep it.
yeah, they keep it.
Yeah,
I was
I love
mortified that he didn't write me back.
Even if we pretend like we don't, trust me, I've got a whole list.
a whole list, right? Yeah. See, it's good. It's for your records, right?
Yeah.
You write it off.
I just want to know
Yeah, I just want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that I did everything right.
Yeah. No.
It's very narcissistic.
It's good to like to see what's working, what isn't.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I'm off the market now, so it's good. I just
know.
like to keep score.
By the way,
I just, like-
congratulations! I didn't get to tell you.
Oh, thank you.
'Cause
Thank you
you
so
were
much.
late, but like it's fine.
Like,
I'm
I'm
telling
happy
you.
for you,
Yeah.
but
No. Nicole, we can
I'm
still.
happy
Nicole,
for you.
we're still gonna do the show. Nothing's changed.
I like her.
She is wonderful. I will say
She's
most of the
great.
people who are with us now, they're like, oh, we like her better.
Like, I just don't, like, I've known you for so long that I get that it's inappropriate to be like, hey, can Amy come over and play?
Right.
And
You
not
can. Honestly, a lot of people do. They come over. She has like cross-stitching dates at our apartment.
All right, I wouldn't do that. There'd be like alcohol involved.
No, you can. No, you
Okay.
still can. I was just saying, just some positive PG fun.
Okay.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
gotcha. All right, so keep going. I
Oh,
want to hear
right.
your
So
dirty story.
I was like, "Hey, love your TEDx talk. I'm doing an improv show. Do you want to come? Have a nice day." Like he blew me off.
Yeah.
Another year went by.
Oh,
Another year went by, and then Corey saw that I was performing, and he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be right by where you're performing." And he came to my show, and he saw it, and then he left after I performed.
This is
Again.
Oh my god.
He left after I performed. He was at a bar next door, which is very not like Corey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Corey.
At all.
No. But he's at a bar next door. He's like, "Do you want to come to this bar?" And I don't know about you, Nicole. This is how I'm. Maybe it's because I'm Italian. I'm like, I will not let a man buy me something unless I like them. So he's like, "Can I get
Yeah.
you something?" I was
Oh,
like,
interesting.
"No, I don't owe you shit. I can buy my own stuff."
That's funny. My
Yeah.
experience
Yeah.
was always women just let me buy everything for them. Then they'd
Oh.
say, I don't owe you anything, nor do I want to see you again.
I
That
didn't
was
know
my
that.
experience.
I didn't know you could do that. Okay.
He also dated a homeless woman. So,
Oh, okay.
I mean,
I took out a homeless woman. It wasn't. And
Did
I
you know
stopped
she
it.
was homeless
I
at the
figured
time?
it
I bet
out.
if you asked her, she'd consider it dating.
I figured it out at the end. By the way, it's the throwback to episode 3 with Marcel Spears. If our audience would like to check it out, yeah, it got a little scary at the end, and she wanted me to buy her hotel rooms and different things and
How did you meet her?
gifts.
Did we cover this on the show? I don't want
Oh no, so I met her at work.
Oh, so she
would-
had a job.
No, she came by.
no.
She was dressed in a cocktail dress and a jacket, and she had bags of groceries. And then I realized the groceries were her belongings. And she kind of just was walking by, and she would stop every night. She asked me to take her to the 24-hour fitness in Hollywood. And I realized because she had a hookup there, that's where she would shower and, get the same outfit going. And I put this all together at about 1 a.m. driving around in my car in Westwood with her, where I was desperately trying to drop her off somewhere, and she kept saying the 24-hour fitness or just buy me a hotel room or
wow.
and then I was like, oh shit, I could die tonight. This was probably stupid.
But you, I don't know, you expanded your, normal
Yeah, what you're looking for.
looking for.
I thought my pickup game was really great.
Yeah.
But what happened was, it's like, when you go to those sad places like, SeaWorld or other things where you're like fishing in the little ponds and you're like, oh, the fish like me. And you're like, no, they're just starving and they're going to eat anything that comes out. She just saw me and was like, wallet. So that's where, yeah. So it was false.
So great.
Confidence.
okay. I feel
Sorry.
good. I feel
But anyway,
better.
she's
Yeah.
very
Okay,
nice.
so-
She's still walking around Westwood if anyone happens to go by a Barney's Beanery.
Aw.
After you.
Okay, keep going.
Oh, okay.
Back to Corey.
So he came to my show. I met him next door. I chatted with him vaguely. He had 2 other guys with him. And then I hugged him and said, good to see you. And then
Then we went another 5
then we
years.
went on a different date. No, then we went on a date for tea.
Tea?
I picked it. I was like, let me take all the fun out of this.
Yeah.
How can I make this as boring as possible? Because I was like, let's meet for
God.
tea. And we had tea.
And then do some ballet afterwards?
Yeah, do some ballet. I don't know. I'm like, if you're not gay, I'm going to make you gay.
I love it. I love
So we
it.
had tea, and then we actually went on a date. And I'm a little bit of a square, so on the date, he ordered a drink, which is so not like Corey.
Right.
Does he not drink at all? Is that
Very
his thing?
rarely.
Very
So
rarely.
he
Okay.
ordered a drink, so I was like, well, I'm going to order a drink. And I got a little tipsy on that date.
Well, you're 4'11". It's
I
not
did
your
have-
Yes,
fault.
one drink done.
Well, no, I had two.
Oh.
Because he had a second, and I was like, well, I'm not going to be the buzzkill tonight because I had the tea the first time. So I was
Right.
like, so we had a second
Yeah.
drink. We kissed, and then he didn't call me after that date.
Sorry.
Oh
Wait,
my
you kissed
gosh.
halfway through the second date?
Oh, yeah. So the second date,
That's wonderful.
he kissed me in my car, and it was really sweet. And we had like a little moment.
Little peck?
I felt...
Little
No,
peck?
he
The open
went
mouth.
for it. God bless him. He
Went for it.
He
Good
went for
for
it. He's like,
him.
oh,
Good for
your
him.
hands
This is
cold.
making me
Yeah.
uncomfortable. He's
I
like
know.
a brother.
I
But
know.
Go
I
ahead.
was
It's
like,
like
sorry.
weird. Go ahead.
And
So-
then what happened?
And then we
Nicole's
wanna be
freaking
here.
out.
we went on the date. We had our little makeout sesh, and
Oh,
then
boy.
I didn't hear from him. So then I went out. I offered the olive branch, and I texted him, and I said, "What are you doing Wednesday?" And he
Oh,
was
wow.
like, "At a game," and that was it. And I was like,
Ooh.
"I hate you."
Remember he read the
Jeez.
book Women Like Dicks?
Yeah, he loved women like this.
Maybe he
It's a
did.
very different book.
Yeah,
yeah.
That is a very different book.
I don't think that's a book. I think
They
that's
just
just
have
what most
pictures.
guys tell
You
each
should
other.
write it. Yeah,
Until they,
yeah.
I got it.
Pictures.
So pictures.
And then I didn't hear from him until I ran into him at an audition.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And I was very angry to see him. I pretended like I didn't know he was there. And then I was like, "Oh, hello. Have you ever done that?"
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I was like, "I didn't even see you here." So I said hi to him. Nothing. Didn't hear from him. Then I ran into him at another audition.
This
like
is
2
a
days
Love
later.
Actually
He,
date
like,
plot
yeah.
script. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
so much time has passed
We
in all of
have
these
lived-
moments.
it's very serendipitous.
It isn't.
Dare
isn't
I
it?
say.
You
The
guys
universe
just keep
is
circling.
You just
Yeah.
weren't ready yet.
No, we weren't ready. So then finally, after I ran into him the second time, we went on a date. And then I was like, after like a few weeks, I was like, "You're my boyfriend." And he was like,
Oh, shit.
he's like, "No." And I was
you
like,
did it.
"Yeah." And here we are, like almost 4 years later.
Yes.
Yeah, he likes me now, which is good.
I
That's
love these
amazing.
relationships
4
when,
years
when
later.
people go, "You're my boyfriend."
I told him.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think we
love
had.
that.
I think I was the one at first. It was like I was very proactive with my fiance now, and I was like, "Hey, let's date." And I was like, I think suffocating her
Sure.
at first because I was just so over the moon to be with someone classy and wonderful and
Yeah.
Yeah.
who wasn't, like I could have a real relationship. And then she was the one who brought up cohabitation. Literally 8 months into the relationship.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
Like we were talking, and she was like, "Oh yeah, like her mom was in town," and she goes, "Oh, I'm looking at apartments," and I'm like, "Oh, for your mom? Is she moving out here or something?" And she's like, "No, for us."
For us,
And I'm
yeah.
like, oh. And then she's like, "I mean, I assume that's okay. We're in love with each other. We're good." She's like, I'd like to move forward." I'm like, "Yeah, all right, great,
That's great.
Wow, I love that.
all
Yeah.
right."
Yeah.
Didn't even.
But it's also like after 30, it's like, okay.
Oh yeah, you understand.
Are we doing this or are we not
There's-
doing this?
Yeah, I think you know. I mean,
Yeah.
I've had I know someone who, I don't necessarily prescribe to this doctrine, but she basically told her date, like on the second date, "If we're not going to get married, I'm not doing this."
Oh wow.
She just laid it out here. Now,
Oof.
to be fair, they're very conservative and Christian, so I think
Oh.
it's more part of their
Totally.
culture.
Okay,
Sure.
that makes sense.
But I was like, that's a pretty heavy thing. And
Yeah.
then his answer was, "Oh yes, we're gonna get married." I'm like, "Oh,
Wow.
done."
I'm taking notes.
So I feel like if you just take away the what were your options? I mean, almost like offering food options to a 5-year-old. Like,
Right.
"Hey, you're gonna have a hamburger tonight." Not like, "What do you
No,
want?"
you don't give them choices.
You don't give them
You
choices.
don't. I've had a few girlfriends that have said, "You need to do it by this year." Now, granted, they've all been in like 5-6 year relationships.
Oh yeah.
And it's not that the men aren't madly. In fact, in 2 of the cases, I would say the men love the girl more than the girl loved the guy, just by a small margin.
Oh yes.
But the girl was like, it's not at the forefront of his mind. Like, he's not thinking about it. So if I don't give him a deadline, because one of my friends, her husband now is named Taylor, but he was like really young. Like, he's just always been kind of a like comic book guy and like, just doesn't like think of like family planning. So he's
Sure.
like, yeah, I figured by the time we're 35, we'll have a couple kids. She goes, we're 32.
So the
How
time
do
is
you
now.
think this is going to happen?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
let's do some math.
This is-
And then when she drew it out, he's like, oh, okay, so I have to propose like in the
Like
next
now.
3 months. And she's like, yeah.
This is like the Friends episode where everybody turns 30 and
Yes.
Rachel starts doing the math on when she wants to have kids.
And she should have started 2 years ago. Yeah.
By the way, if you're in a serious relationship or about to get married, like, don't watch that episode. That's just that conversations start after that episode.
yeah.
You have to be
Yeah.
prepared. I'm just
Yeah.
telling guys out there, you watch that stuff,
That's it.
you better
Yep.
get ready to answer some questions, and you better have some damn good answers.
That's
Yeah.
right.
No ums, no stutterings, no, well, you know.
Oh,
Don't-
you
don't
can't
let
say
it dangle.
well. No.
This is a problem too because I talk in fragments and only like my fiance knows. So I'll be like, well, the thing is, and I kind of just don't say anything. And she goes, I understand what you're trying to say. She's like, but most people
Do not.
won't. So
Yeah.
I would, just express yourself a little clearer.
That's got to be good with radio.
So yeah, absolutely. Well, the thing is, Nicole. So obviously you're with Prince Charming now. Everything's great.
Everything's great.
Before that, though, did you go out with any garden gnomes? Did you go out with any guys who took you out to an expensive place and then just said, yeah, you know what, let's split it, or maybe you can pay for this one, or
Oh, God, that
just
was-
guys who like halfway through the first date just looked at you and were like, are we gonna have sex or what?
I didn't go out a lot because.
Good for you.
Well, hang on.
I mean, the Corey story is pretty good.
That's
well,
pretty
hey,
amazing that you went back
I'll
and
explain.
forth. And
I
that he
lived
was
with my
trying...
parents when
Oh, nice.
for a really long time, probably too long, till
Save
I was
that
like
rent.
27.
Save that rent.
Well, my
yeah,
parents
yeah.
are Italian, and every time I was like, I can do it, they're like, you're never gonna make. They're also from New York, so they're like, you're never gonna make it. So like, I had a
So
curfew
great.
until I was like 27 years old.
Oh,
like,
guys love that.
yeah. So no one wanted to deal with that.
Absolutely.
Because I would be like, well, I can't.
I'm so sorry.
Because I had to be home by like 12 at the latest.
Oh, that's funny.
So-
What an anomaly in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Man. So
My mom and dad were like, no fun for you. But when I was in high school, I went to that performing arts school. So they were like,
yeah.
take her.
Take-
He's not going to touch you. Go.
on.
Yeah.
Oh, now I get it.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you ever use the phrase, we can go back to my parents' place and make out? Because I
No.
would have said that at least once or
My
twice.
parents would be, let me tell you something.
They're
If
watching, waiting.
if I did go anywhere, the lights would be on and they would both be like looking out the window as the car pulled. I mean, it was not
fantastic.
worth it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
I know. Have you ever met my parents?
No, I
No.
want to so bad, though.
Oh, you'll meet Brenda. That's my
Oh,
mother.
I cannot wait to
boy.
meet
Brenda runs tight ship.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And do you have any siblings or is
I
it
do.
just you?
I have a younger sister.
Your sister. Is she at the home right now?
She is not. She lives with her boyfriend.
She broke out.
My sister and I are so funny.
Yep.
Yeah. My sister and I laugh at similar things. We don't look alike. She's much taller than me. She's cooler than me. She likes to party. She's like sassy. Yeah. No one messes with her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good for
fact,
you.
yeah.
The opposite. That's
Yeah.
like the
I'm like, don't make me get my little sister. She's gonna kick your ass.
my little sister.
That's what yeah. That's kind of like my little brother.
Yeah.
He's an RN. He's in Colorado. He's super cool.
Yeah.
He's younger.
Yeah.
He's just always been way more fun.
Yeah. People are like, oh, you
fact,
bringing your
sometimes-
sister to this party because
Yeah.
you suck. So, yeah.
One
And
time,
that-
yeah.
Go ahead.
You go.
Oh, I was going to say, now you and Corey have a dog
A
together.
dog, which some people are concerned is becoming like a baby. My mom is like, you're not going to want to have kids now because you have that dog.
That's, I
Well-
mean, he does have his own Instagram.
He does.
His name's Juan Carlos.
name is Juan
He's the
Juan
cutest.
Carlos? What's his Instagram? At Juan Carlos?
It's at Juan Carlos loves broccoli because
Look at that.
my
Can
child-
dogs eat broccoli?
he can and he loves it.
Nice.
Yeah. It's his favorite food. I think he's doing keto because if I try to feed him like anything high glycemic like a carrot, he like spits it out.
Oh, that's
But
funny.
he really loves broccoli.
So he's on a keto diet.
Yeah, I think so. Not by that's his own doing. I have nothing to do
Oh,
with
of
that.
course not. No, you
Yeah.
had nothing to do
He
with that
chose
at
it
all.
for
Yes,
himself.
you.
Yeah.
when you tuck him into his bassinet each night in Los
You
Angeles.
mean his little teepee?
Yeah, in his little teepee as
Here
you
we
give him
go.
afternoon tea.
We're almost there.
There
There
he
we
is.
go.
Doesn't
Look at that little
Look
guy.
at this. Look at
There
this
he
with
is.
mom
The
and
Jurassic
dad.
Park
the
photo.
Jurassic Park photo.
know.
The plaid shirt photo.
Yeah, they took that at the ice house.
He's so
Oh,
cute.
that's beautiful.
Yeah. It's so funny because he's very cultured. He's been to like improv shows.
I
He's
was
been
there
to-
at one of
Oh
them.
my God, you were.
And both Corey and Alex went on stage, and so they gave me Juan Carlos to watch. And Juan Carlos could not take his eyes off Alex. And for a second, she disappeared, and you could see him like go to the second best thing, which
freak out.
was Corey. So like he looks at Corey real quick, and then realizes this isn't what I want, and starts barking. He only wants Alex. He only wants Alex.
We're working on it, but we did take him to a different improv show, and it was awesome because it was not the best show, and
Right.
there's only like 5 people in the audience, and he heavy sighed in the middle of someone's set. He just went. It's like,
The dog's a judge. By the
Yeah.
way, is the dog okay? Is the dog here? I know you just had a shoot with him
he
today.
had a shoot. He's home.
He's home.
I drove very fast to make sure he
had a
was comfortable.
shoot.
We appreciate
What
it.
shoot?
Yeah.
She just shot before here, and
I
then
did.
she's leaving after this to go get dental surgery.
It's a
You're
what a
such
day.
a wonderful guest.
What a day. Thank you.
What was he shooting for?
He was shooting. They're shooting a show. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name of it, but it's maybe I am. Who knows? But it's with this company, and they test out products for pets.
Yay!
So they tested out a product on him.
Oh, good.
He cried the whole time. But we did
Lord.
it.
But
He
you
cries
did
a
it.
lot.
Yeah.
He has a lot of feelings.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
I know.
I love it.
Yeah,
Look at that.
I know.
All right, I'm gonna look at this BuzzFeed article that I had pulled up. I think the first episode with you, and look at a couple things. These are things about dating in Los Angeles. So just want to give some thoughts, commentary.
Great.
One is you might have to become a gluten-free vegan because that's what they are, considering the person that you date. So because you do eat cute, do you like everything? Like, I assume obviously Corey probably keeps a really good diet and stuff like that, but are you like, hey, this is what we're doing now, and do you have to keep everything?
He's worse than me, my boyfriend, because it's actually kind of cool. He was overweight as a young child.
No way.
And he carries that with him as an adult.
Yeah.
Because we all carry our things.
You still have,
So he's he's more strict than I am. He's a very healthy eater, and we both decided like 4 years ago to give up refined sugar. So
Whoa.
I know.
That's hard.
When you say refined,
We eat fruit, and we
so
use,
like a candy bar, you can't do that?
No, but I make my own homemade fudge using monk fruit.
What?
Yeah.
Can
She makes it. You got to go to her page.
I'll go to
Because
your
She
page.
makes
Can I order
a ton
it?
of stuff.
Can I order it?
Oh,
you
sure.
make-
I don't. Yeah.
Or,
I
oh no,
can
sorry, you
try.
meant for me to make.
Oh well, I give recipes.
I got it.
Sorry.
For half a second, I
Right.
thought this was maybe like a delivery service.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not ready to do that.
No, okay, got it.
But
Read
it's
too much into it.
yeah.
I can learn this.
No, it's a whole thing. But we love it because it's really cool. I coach a lot of people, and sometimes it's hard, when you're in a relationship. If someone's like, I want to go out and drink, and you're like, I like to have tea, me.
Sure.
Yeah, it makes it a little trickier, but we both have the same kind of values that way, so it helps.
That's great.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Need that buddy.
Yeah,
Need that buddy.
totally.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh God,
That
there it is.
Corey back in the
How
day.
did you find Jeff Graham, ladies and
Jeff
gentlemen?
Graham is just like
There it
killing
is.
it.
By the way, Jeff Graham is our man in the booth. Guys, he's our kind of a little bit of a silent co-host today because we have 3
Corey's
people
gonna feel
here.
about that being
Man.
Yeah. Which is why it's cool because he's like so nice. He wasn't born, you know what I mean? Like he wasn't born with a
No,
six pack.
had
He
to-
He's
earn
got
it.
like motivation behind
Yeah,
it.
So
totally.
his good looks, he earned those.
He earned them.
They weren't with him his whole life.
No.
That's who you want to be with.
That's who you want to be with.
Yeah.
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 It's like Henry Cavill. Again, I'm obsessed with Henry Cavill.
God, can we
He used to
stop
be a
with
fat kid, and so I'm like, he doesn't know he's that good looking. I have a chance.
By the way,
Have you seen the women he dates? They're not the.
So
But Nicole, you're a beautiful lady.
See?
no, Nicole's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
I just think you can do better than Henry Cavill.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I'm
That is
sorry.
the
I just-
sweetest thing. That doesn't make up for you being late. Okay.
I was not late. I was on time.
It was 2:01.
I was here. Oh my God.
I'll go. It's fine.
No. Stay. You stay.
You stay and you watch your mother.
So
Yeah. Okay.
I want you to see this.
it's all right.
Need
He's
a
just
witness.
trying to get attention. Just don't give it to her. All right. This one says all of your friends are already coupled up, which means you won't meet anyone single through them. You didn't meet Corey through anyone. Have you met someone through friends? Give me your guys'
Through
statistics.
friends. No. I don't think so.
Well, Corey was in the shoot because we both had this. I forgot to mention this. We
There we
went
go.
to the same high school, but I'm older than him.
The Performing Arts High School.
Yeah. He's not gay, I swear.
No, it's okay.
so great.
I mean, my fiance thought
We got
I
Henry
was
Cavill up in
questionably.
the.
Oh, there we go.
Jesus.
Nicole, I
Just.
just don't get it.
You don't. I'm sorry. When you see Henry Cavill, you don't.
When
get
I
it.
see Henry Cavill, I get it. When I watch him act, I don't.
Oh.
There are two different things.
Well, the thing in our relationship is there would be a
So-
lot of that. Call me Nicole, Jeff. I need you to send that to me immediately.
There we go. I hope he gets another shot, honestly, because they're saying he's still doing Superman. If he is, then I hope he gets another shot to do it.
Yeah, he's about to have that Witcher come out on Netflix. Plugging my husband's show.
Oh boy.
Any hooser.
I think, let's see, I met my fiance through a work friend.
Oh.
Coincidentally, they're cousins.
What?
That's right. I forgot about that.
We met I bartended at the Geffen Playhouse where I've been for 13 years, longest running relationship. And it was the holiday party. And her cousin is her nanny. So literally, I saw this beautiful woman nannying this kid at this holiday party. I was, I'm sure half hungover at the time, and I kept offering her like a drink. And she was, she declined like 4 times. She was like, no, I'm watching a kid. I'm not drinking. And she was like, I thought you were just really attentive and like good at your job. And I'm like, no, I was trying to pick you up. Oh. And then little known fact, she had told me if I had asked for her number, if I just came up and said, hey, do you want to go out sometime? She would have said no.
Oh.
I already felt that. I felt a little, I wasn't sure. So I went to her cousin. I'm like, look, I would like to take your cousin out. If it's cool with you, can you talk to her and give me her phone number? And if you okay me and say that it's okay, I have a feeling I need to stack the deck. And then she did that, and then we started talking.
Oh, wow.
But she had told me, she's like, yeah, if you just asked me out, I would have said no. And then if you kept trying to text me, I would have just said no. So, right?
That just like worked out, man.
I know, because I feel like with most other people, they'd be like, oh, you went to my cousin. That's so weird. Just have the guts, ask me out. And
But
she's
her,
like,
that's
oh,
what
no.
she needed.
Yeah, no, because
That's
I
so
could tell
funny.
she was an introvert. And she was like, don't.
Yeah.
You come up to me, deer in headlights, don't do it.
Yeah.
And then we had 2 weeks over the holiday break where all we did was text. And then I feel like that was good because she saw like I wasn't a total douchebag.
Yeah.
I still had a bunch on me, and she definitely like, she wrung it out of me.
Sensed it.
She had her work.
Why she didn't make you wait 10 years to respond to your text.
It's funny too. She said even after the first date, she's like, you kept texting and wanting to go out again. She's like, and if you didn't really text, I probably wouldn't have gone back out with you. And then we fell in love and everything happened. And then she's like, let's move in. But there was all these things before that where I was just like, no, I want to go out with you.
That's cool.
By the way, right? And then I called her too, and I remember she was freaked out that I called. She was like, you can just text. And I'm like, sorry. She's like, there's no reason to call.
Introvert. That's it.
Introvert.
That's it.
Introvert. And the last one here from BuzzFeed, you have to deal with people working really long hours and sometimes going on location for months at a time for their job.
Okay. Nicole, what do you think?
I feel like you would be going time to time.
Was that just a statement or is it a question?
That's just something about dating in Los Angeles. If you're dating someone, especially in the business.
Yeah, I will say I was shooting a film in New York, in upstate New York, and you know the guy. I was dating him, and while I was getting ready to head to set, he had an ex that was still like lingering around or whatever, and I was like, this is weird. We were only 3 months in, right? So I was like, whatever. And we'd gone to a wedding like 6 months before that, because I guess it takes 6 months for wedding photos to come out, right?
Right.
So we'd gone to that wedding, and we had like kissy face photos in the photo booth, and my friend had posted all their wedding photos. Oh. And his ex had found it, and he called me, and he was like, hey, you're tagged in this album, and she's following you, and can you take it down? Oh. And I was like, no, I'm not taking my best friend's wedding album off of my Facebook because you have a weird ex-girlfriend. Also, if the roles were reversed and you were shooting in New York, and I called you to say the same thing, I've got a ex-boyfriend.
My ex-boyfriend doesn't like it.
He doesn't want you to take it down. What would you say?
Take it down.
He immediately goes, you're right, I'll take care of it, which he didn't. He ended up still sleeping with her for 9 months. But the point is, when you're on location, it does make things, I think, come out. I don't know.
I think it does.
I don't think that had anything to do with it, but it was just like, it also helped me because I was like, if I was in LA when that happened, I'd be way more invested, but because I had my mind on other stuff, I was like, dude, I don't have time for this.
Oh, it's funny because if I'm away, especially, I will hyper focus on the person back here. Like, I will take 60% of my mental energy and go, I have to fix this at home before I can focus here and do this to the best of my capabilities.
Oh, even if you're working?
Even if I'm working.
Wow.
And I'll put it on the back burner. I'll try to figure it out, but to me, it's really... And
I'm the opposite.
Luckily, I'm with a very low-maintenance person. I feel like I'm much more high-maintenance than she is.
That's 1,000% correct.
Where I'll be like, we have to work this out now. And she'll just be like, dude, I'm going to bed. Relax. I'm going to read a book. And I'm like, okay, well, would you like to talk through some points? And she's like, whatever. I mean, if you do, I'm good. But if you... I'm like, all right. It's just, yeah. I'm like, okay. No, how about you? Traveling? Anything
I travel
like that?
a lot not a lot, but I travel for work to speak at colleges.
Yeah.
In the last 2 years, but I just
Is that
call
fun?
Corey as
One-on-one?
much as possible. I'm like, what are you doing?
Right.
Because I'm Italian and that's what I have to do.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
I just let him know.
Where
There's
you
eyes
at?
everywhere.
Where you
Yeah.
at?
Where you at?
I
all
recently,
Yeah.
back in the spring, I was working on a movie with one of my best friends from UCLA. She was shooting a movie in China.
Oh,
and so
wow.
she was like, hey, I need you to, I was basically like her turtle. Like I was part of her entourage, just like help her get stuff on set, take care of stuff, kind of be like an emotional support teddy bear, because I ended up being like China was just a lot crazier working and doing stuff.
bet.
But it was funny because anytime I talked to like any female friends that I had, they're like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, we're doing this and we're staying at these hotels and doing this. And like, you're staying like with her? I'm like, well, no, we have separate rooms. I'm like, but she's one of my oldest friends and be there for 2 months. And like, well, is your girlfriend okay with that? And I'm like, well, yeah, actually, she's really chill and she's kind of like, yeah, whatever. She's like, and I think because she knew her too, but the least worried, like least jealous. It could have been way worse, but
That's
it was
great.
it was very nice because she was.
I think because I know the parties that it's like I get it, but if I didn't know you guys that well, I'd be like, isn't that strange?
Isn't that a
yeah,
little strange?
I could see that.
Right.
Yeah.
Gives
Yeah.
Amy some credit for sure.
No, wonderful credit.
Yep.
Wonderful credit. So anyway, let me go to. I think we tell some stories. Anything else you want to talk about? Is there anything going on? EQ, bad dating stories.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Something I did a lot in my 20s is I was like so afraid to say how I really felt. And what's been so cool about this relationship is I just, for the first time, I think that's why this one worked. I was myself. I said exactly how I felt. I was okay with having conflict or not agreeing with something as long as I did it with poise and I did it in a way that I felt like represented myself well. But I stood my ground and I'm like being honest and just being real about my expectations. Because sometimes I remember in my 20s, it's like, well, fine, if you don't want anything serious, I don't want anything serious. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yes, I do. Why am I lying?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Did that answer that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
I think so.
Sometimes I just answer my own questions.
What about?
I'm like, I'm going to talk
think I
about what
did
I
it.
want to
Did I
talk
do it?
about. Yeah.
Thank you, Alex. Well done.
Yeah.
What about you? Anything you learned from your 20s to now?
I mean, it's similar. I think that just comes with maturity. I'm 37 now with a child. So I
You're
think.
like 27. You're aging very well.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah, you're aging. Yes, I'm talking to you.
Well, you were looking at her.
Well, no, I was doing
I'm like,
to the
why
side.
do you have
I'm
to
sorry.
flatter somebody else in front of me all the time?
No, I was talking to you. I said,
I like how both of you put your hands on me, like,
yeah,
oh, Nicole.
it's okay.
wow.
Jeez.
No, I learned that I know like my gifts and what are my downfalls. So it's kind of like in a new relationship, I don't do the casual thing obviously anymore. That's like gone, and that's been gone for a couple years, but definitely more honest with like what I bring to the table. Like I think I'm a catch, but I'm also like not focused on it as much as I used to be, like desperate to have somebody always there like that.
Which I feel like is usually when the stuff comes around. Mm-hmm. You've done your work.
Yeah.
I think the phrase is like, put it on the roof.
Yeah.
Let it sit there idle for a while. And usually you're looking at other stuff and then you're not really. I didn't think I'd meet someone when I did.
I didn't either.
I was I was all over the place. I still, I was doing bad dates. I was, I think before I'd taken out a couple, lonely moms. I was in the there was
that's
one.
me.
Yeah, there was
No,
there was
not.
one who had 5 kids who I used to
wow.
take out.
Really?
She was like dumped. The guy cheated on her. They got married at like 18.
man.
They had 5 kids by 25.
Oof.
She was like a workhorse with what she was doing. She was taking care of all the kids. And then basically he kind of just said, yeah, this really isn't for me. I'm going to go have fun.
Cool.
And so we would just.
Awesome. Yeah, guys.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
right. So loving, right?
Yeah, super sweet.
So yeah, I'm so sorry. I just realized I have some family members listening to this, so you can close your ears now. But yeah, we'd basically go out. I'd always like buy her dinner, show her a good time, and usually like we'd fool around in a public place.
Oh,
That was always like her thing. Give her a little action. There we go.
There
Thank
we
you.
go.
yeah.
Kept it interesting. Always like bought her dinner, showed her a good time, and then I'd always do something kind of a little naughty, like in public. I think that always did something for her.
Huh.
Well,
Okay.
I think she got remarried. I wish her all the best.
yeah.
She was quite wonderful.
That's good.
So we're gonna move along now to our.
It's a poor woman. I'm like, oh, I'm so sad now.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing the show down.
That's so sad.
me.
What are you talking? I didn't bring it down. She got remarried. She was
did.
good.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Happy.
It was a
ending.
thing. I think my thing was always like, oh, take them out, show them a good time.
That's nice. It's
They haven't,
actually very.
Haven't been gone out.
Yeah.
Have a guy call them. Was I wrong? Was I bad?
It's actually very sweet.
It's very nice.
I tried.
I appreciate it.
I feel like you both hate me right now.
No, I think it's really nice.
As a lonely single mother, I approve.
Right. Oh boy. All right, so we're gonna go to red flags here. Now the way red flags works is this: we each read aloud our red flags. These are things that we wouldn't like in a relationship. Read them out loud, and then you pick the number one bugaboo that you wouldn't. You're like, this is my deal breaker.
pass.
So I would imagine to apply it to Corey. Like I apply it a little bit to like my fiance, although at this point I'm just like, no, I'm in it for like whatever.
Yeah.
We're together.
We're together.
That's it.
Yeah.
Would you like to, Nicole? Would you like to go first? Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I've got tells you to calm down after everything you say.
Oh boy,
Only responds to texts with K.
that's something you do.
Oh, that is something I do with
That
you.
is something you majorly do.
I mean, specifically just with you.
Sometimes I feel like it's a passive aggressive thing.
With you, 1,000% of the time it is.
I just feel like I'll write out a huge thing because I'm a big like texter. I'll do a big bubble.
Again, like his
"Hey,"
conversations with Amy, it's the same
Like-
thing. Very wordy, very chatty, Kathy.
I'll be like, hey, so all this da 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 da, and then Nicole will just go, "K." I'm like, so I took time to write to you, and just little things.
I'm getting better. Like I'll add a couple more words to it.
That's great. I'm just glad that you
Like, oh,
let me know I
okay.
wasn't crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That it is me.
Yeah.
Just me.
For sure.
I'm special.
All right, so I don't have a problem with that. And then is a serial killer is my third card.
Oh boy. What if it's
so-
Dexter?
Well, see, serial killers I'd totally be into.
I think you
A
would.
Ted Bundy?
Oh
Please,
God.
sign me up.
Sign me.
Sign me up. I've got some people
You have
that I
rope,
can give you a
right?
list. I got a list of people for you to, if you need to, feed your craving. So only responds with a K. It's annoying, and it would drive me crazy
Sure.
personally.
It would drive you crazy?
Yeah. All right, I'll be nicer to you. Stop
There
it.
we go. No, it's just
I would say tells you to calm down after everything you say because I'm fairly calm, and it takes a lot to like razz me. So if somebody's saying you need to telling me to calm down after everything I say, I'm gonna be like, I don't know what's going on there.
Oh, that's good. You know what
That's more you than me. Yeah.
sometimes I say to playfully rile up my fiance is if she's saying like, hey, remember like, rubber bands can't be on the floor because we have a cat, or like, hey, remember this is the brush that we use for like this thing when I'm cleaning dishes or something. And so I'll just say as she's tell me that I'm doing something wrong.
Okay, don't forget to watch
Oh,
that.
here we go. So that and it does it every time. And she gives me this and I can tell she gets like she goes from 0 to 8 like really fast, and I'm
Because you
like,
treat her like a nagger.
that's not true.
Funny.
She's not a nagger. That's the funniest thing. I'm probably way more nagging, high maintenance. I know I am. She's like, yeah, you are, you bastard. But it's my favorite thing. Guys, if you want to end a date really fast,
Don't do that.
when the bill comes and she says, well, do you want to split? Just go, here we go. And then end it too with the button, are we having sex or what? That'll really knock it home.
So great.
It's a good tip.
Sorry, I knew a horrible date thing real quick. I knew a girl who was on a date with a guy in LA, an actor who was on the rise, and literally they were making out like at his place, which was, very nice and fashion. And she's like, ooh, Hollywood. And literally halfway through the makeout, pauses, looks at her and goes, so you gonna suck my dick or what? And just drops that, right?
No.
And she looks at her, she's like, okay. So she just gets her stuff, heads for the door. He's like, well, you're going? And she's like, yeah, I'm leaving. Thank you for this whole thing.
And see, what would have happened if he would have just kept his mouth shut?
So, exactly. Probably even
yeah.
more. But I feel like that is that's LA.
That's LA.
That's LA. And you wouldn't have that in Kansas. You wouldn't have that in Cleveland.
Nope.
Nowhere else, because I feel like guys are a bit more normal.
Maybe they say it a nicer way, like, beg your pardon, ma'am. Would you
Beg your pardon.
Would you like Put your mouth
Do you
on
think
me.
you could do me some oral? So,
Well, now that you said please.
is this, it's the Pennsylvania Dutch?
Yeah,
What's
right.
going on here?
I don't know.
After the butter churning, would you mind giving me? I can't do it.
Nope.
Alex, would you like to go next?
Oh, sure. Okay. First one has slept with literally everyone.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Ooh. Always
Literally.
picking their nose. I can live with that. Greet you with a headbutt. My boyfriend doesn't greet me with a headbutt, but sometimes he's like a little like. Sometimes I'm like, we're not related. Like, please don't treat me like you're little. Like, you know, because he doesn't. He's like Lenny from Mice and Men. I'm like gentle.
Gentle.
So
Get over here.
Yeah, get over here.
No, thank you.
I'm like, please. My eyes are gonna pop out of my head. Probably has slept with literally everyone. That would make me sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Would-
Would that
Yeah.
bother you?
Totally.
But if he was like clean,
But
everything
then, like,
checked
what
out?
about me? You know what I mean? Like, if that's like their thing, like, why am I special? You know what I mean?
Ooh, that's good.
Because I'm like, people are who they are, and that's okay if you're living that life and you're like, I'm all about getting up and everyone's like, yeah, we cool, like that's
Sure.
great. But like, yeah, that's
What
not
does that say about you?
Yeah.
I'm like I'm like a little, what is it, penguin? Like I have like one. And I'm like you.
There you go. Or
Yeah.
a lobster.
Lobster.
You're looking for the lobster.
Oh my god.
Little Friends
that.
throwback there for some of you millennials. Check it out on Netflix.
Oh great.
Sweet. So you chose the
I chose. Wait, like the one I want to choose is the
sleep.
one. Yeah.
one that you can't
That's
do.
a deal breaker.
Can't
Sleep
do
with?
it.
Sleeping around
Cannot do
everybody.
it.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, now we know.
Yeah. Now we know.
Thinks they're smarter than you. I can attest. My fiance knows this, and it's true. As long as you date them, you can only eat food off the dollar menu.
Oh.
That's all you can eat?
Okay.
So you're gonna
As long as
die.
you date them, you can only eat food off the dollar menu. You'll die. Have you seen Super Size Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
no.
can't eat that stuff.
No.
Maybe like on a really bad, you're stoned, you want to go out and get some doubles or some breakfast
I
sandwiches.
think you're talking to the wrong person here.
I don't understand.
I'm
what
so
that
sorry.
is.
She's
I
like,
don't
what
even
is
know
a
what
Anyway,
dollar
at
menu is.
McDonald's,
I don't know what a dollar menu
What
is.
they do now, so the dollar menus at McDonald's, it's hence $1. And what's really great is, you can get a lot of stuff for like 10 or 12 bucks. So back when I was like really power drinking and I'd want to eat like a lot, I would get wasted, go through the drive-through, get a bunch of stuff, eat it in my bed, watch a movie, pass out, then usually wake up with the crumbs and the wrappers on everything. Why I chose to leave that life, I'll never know. But, jeez.
Welcome to the healthy side.
There we go. Literally only talks about themselves. Well, I'd say this is a big byproduct of the business because your product is yourself. So
Yeah.
you would have to talk about that. I mean, I would say the thinks they're smarter than you. I go through that every day and I love it. I'm not being facetious. It really is true because I'm learning and she's a saint. She's wonderful. Literally only talks about themselves. Yeah, it'd be annoying, but you're so used to it out here.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think, I would think it's a little off if you didn't want to talk about yourself and like what you're working
Like,
on.
what are you hiding?
Right.
Yeah.
Why are you so quiet?
Yeah.
What's up with
Say
you?
something so I know how you feel.
Right.
Yeah.
And then as long as you date them, you can only eat food off the dollar menu. I'm going to say just for my own health and benefit, being at
That was
33
it.
now, that's not really an option to go
Nope.
back.
You're 33.
I'm 33, turning 34 in December, actually.
Oh, goodness.
For you. I'm
Just
34.
Really? You don't look it.
Thank you for saying
No,
that.
no.
all.
I got to tell you,
At
both
all.
of you, super
At
young
all.
Oh,
looking.
sorry, Italian touching things. Okay.
Italian touching things. Going back and forth.
Like that's what I was when you kept saying like we didn't talk to each other for 10 years, then 11 years, then more years passed. I'm like, how did this start when you were 6?
I know, that's why I'm like, are you 45 now? And you just
No.
have a fantastic
Like,
doctor?
No,
Right?
we met
The-
right when I was out of graduated from college. So I must
Yeah.
have been like what, 21 is when people
21,
graduate from
22.
college.
Where'd you go to
Yeah.
college? Out here?
We
Or?
went to USC.
Oh, you went. Oh, right. You're
Yeah.
a Trojan.
Yeah.
Yes.
I went to
Great
UCLA.
I mean, I would have gone there. I didn't get
fight,
in.
Fight.
I didn't get in.
You can't spell suck without US and C. Just want you to remember that.
Oh my gosh.
Nicole, I
Oh.
could use your support.
No,
right
I
now.
want to see this play out. I went to a D2 school in Topeka, Kansas, so whatever.
There we go.
I'm on either side.
I couldn't even tell you about any sports stuff at UCLA.
I used
Wouldn't
to
know.
go to the mall or the farmer's market during games. Like I was like, I was like, this is my time
This is
to check
when
out.
you go.
Yeah. I went to one game and I was like, no. My dad is a very gentle man. He loves he listens to Sondheim when he grills.
Yeah.
So we're not like a sports family.
Oh, there we go.
No idea.
Great.
Sondheim.
No.
Sondheim when he
He's like,
grilled.
oh,
That's
go outside and
amazing.
grill, and he's like, you're like, isn't
I'm
it
like,
great?
I was gonna say a little night music. Yeah.
Gosh.
Classic.
Oh,
yeah.
Send in the clowns.
Send in the clowns.
Right, which
the
I think is
clowns.
all on our minds right now because of the Joker movie. It was all over the place.
Yep.
Oh God.
I haven't
So
seen
sick.
it yet. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it yet.
Oh, you're going to dig it.
Yeah.
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 Spoiler, everyone's dead. I'm just kidding. They're not. I'm just kidding. It's not The
Whoa.
Sixth Sense.
I
It's
heard
okay.
it ends. The ending's pretty cool.
The ending's pretty cool, and then they're doing a sequel. So I feel
wow.
like, again, it's either there's
So he
2 or
doesn't
3
die.
ways they can go. And it's very cool the way it's set up. Also, Todd Phillips needs to get involved with more things for DC.
Yep.
All right, so as we wrap up here, is there any advice you'd like to give, Alex, for anyone dating in Los Angeles, or maybe some advice that you'd like to give to yourself if you could go in a time machine and go back to when you're 18 years old and go, hey, Alex, next time, just write the guy back right away? Like, what would you say?
Oh God. I guess I would say like love yourself. I think so many times, especially when you're like, I can't speak as a man,
Sure.
because I haven't been one in a while. But as a woman, like I feel like sometimes like I felt like I had to try to be someone else or look a certain way or get a certain product to like be a complete human. And I just wish that I just loved myself more into it, because if I love myself, then someone else will love me, right? Maybe.
Yes.
I
Killed
don't
it.
know.
That's a
Killed
huge
it.
part of it.
Killed it.
You will attract what you're doing to yourself.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And your handle again is at eCute.
That's it.
All right, guys, be sure to check out Alex Catalano at eCute. We have at Nicole Birch Comedy over here, the lovely Nicole Birch. We have Jeff Graham in the booth. Once again, guys, I am Adam Carr. Be sure to subscribe to us, like us on Apple Podcasts and on YouTube. Thank you to Jeff Graham, everybody at Afterbuzz TV. And once again, I am Adam Carr, telling you, stay horrible, stay single. Hey, we don't judge. We'll see you next week.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.